Hi there, Mehran. It's Andrew again. So my first point on this essay is that the phenomenon of cultural erosion is not necessarily about buildings. Cultural erosion is about the loss of local cultures, local traditions, local beliefs, as a result of the globalizing world, as a result of spreading culture from other places. So an example, in China, the introduction of fast food restaurants such as KFC and McDonald's has put lots of small Chinese restaurants out of business. As these small businesses were run by local Chinese nationals, the effect is an increase in American culture and a decrease in Chinese culture expressed in China. Similarly, in India, technology companies have put many Indian technology companies out of business. So what we're referring to is international corporations taking the place of smaller local companies. As well, the need for a single language in the globalizing world is causing people to lose track of their mother tongue, so their home language. So culture is the expression of a nation or a people that is in some way different from some other people. And the loss of that culture is known as cultural erosion. Globalization, a necessary part of it, is the erosion of local cultures. The idea behind globalization is to reduce differences and so to increase tolerance and understanding. This in turn reduces conflict. But a negative aspect of it is the loss of local cultures. So that's the question I was asking, but I will correct this essay because it's actually quite good. So in most countries, all buildings and structures, I think there's an additional space there, are perceived let's say to be part of historical heritage. Heritage is not a great term. Heritage is much better. Despite the critics which state that these old-fashioned structures should be refurbished to adopt with modern society, I strongly believe that historical buildings are symbols of culture and a nation's identity. Again, protection of these valuable assets I would say we need to rephrase this positively to remove the not. Is entirely compatible with modernization. I like your view, I like your explanation, that's why I'm just correcting this essay about buildings specifically. Initially, let's say, older constructions are rooted or deep-rooted in history and express people's identity and cultural progression. Good. To clarify, Persepolis in Iran is an indication of Persian culture, too many spaces, and explains, let's say, and provides explanation of the foundation of many ceremonies which are currently held in the country. Exploring these assessments contributes to, let's just use here, deciphering figuring out, deciphering the nation's weaknesses and strengths. Thus, protection, I would use here, and thus protection of the, again, I like the singular, of this heritage, and we don't need this because I used and. By thorough understanding of their history. I like that. Furthermore, the protection of historical buildings we could just say, if it doesn't have any inconsistency, we can just say it is consistent. It's consistent with modernisation and the progression of history. There are many other available places that provide opportunities to construct let's say, to construct more modern complexes which is a more responsible method of development than refurbishment. For example, London has been protecting almost every old building through strict rules while simultaneously building culturally significant modern towers. Moreover, these historical buildings let's say, but they could inspire new ideas. In this regard, we could say the motivation to construct newer structures the motivation and ideas to construct newer structures have been derived from older buildings. We could even say the existence of older buildings. Governments are responsible for the culture of their nation to preserve its identity and to protect it from any threats. And then we have a grammatically good essay. So like I said, really the concept of cultural erosion refers to all kinds of culture, languages, businesses, traditions, practices, ceremonies, not just buildings. But your essay was quite good, so I thought I would just correct this one anyway. So I'll send this over to you now. I look forward to your next pieces from the 8-pack. All the best, and speak very soon indeed.